Hello. Oh, just going to do a quick one today because I've got to go to motherfucking Up the Creek Comedy Club for this BBC new comedy award thing. So I just got to get all my motherfucking swearing out now because it's going out on the radio. And yeah, it's just 5 minutes. But like for some reason, when there's like stakes, like it's a competition, because 5 minutes normally ain't no thing. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just talking for 5 minutes. Not always good, but it's not very long. But I guess when you first start out, it feels long. It feels like 3 hours and 42 minutes when you first start out. But man, I think I've stood in silence for 5 minutes before on stage, like in the middle of a longer set. But yeah, it's fucking so now. But the thing is, what's weird? Tell me if this has happened to you. So you get chosen for this thing. It's BBC New Comedy Award, and then you've got to go and do 5 minutes at this heat. And if you get through, you get to go to the fucking Edinburgh Fringe and do it again. But now it's like I've got to be there in like 3 hours. I'm like starting to question myself, like, have I ever written anything that's funny? Even though I've applied for it with an example of sort of my jokes and that, like recording, and they've chosen that out of like, I think it was like, they said in the email, I don't know how true it is, they probably just say this, but like 700 people, they choose like 50 of them, and then to do 5 heats with 10 comedians in it. But now I'm like, shit, I'm just going to get up there, the crowd is just going to sort of stare at me, and everyone else is just going to fucking absolutely smash it. And I'm just going to be like the odd one out, like someone they just got off the street, like a homeless guy. But it's such a weird thing to think, because obviously I've been chosen to do it, so it must be okay. But it's weird how your mind does it to you. Yeah, I've heard a lot on podcasts recently, which is like, I believe it's a Jeff Ross quote, but it's just like, you should enjoy the protest. You should, like, in any form of art or creativity, you should just like enjoy the process of, you know, like enjoy the ride, enjoy the journey. And that's what I keep trying to do, but it's easy. It's hard to convince yourself to stuff, because you're in the back of my head. I'm like, it's going to be shit. You're 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 going to trip over. You're going to fucking, your trousers are going to fall down. You're going to shit yourself. You're just going to start crying and then piss yourself. And then you're going to get electric shock off the microphone. And the front row are literally going to stand up and just sort of, you know, just be like, fuck you. So, fuck off. Why are you here? Why? I thought we paid to come and watch a comedy show. Why have you got up in your sort of backwards cap and your stupid paisley shirt? And why do you think that's something you can do? And I'd be like, well, you know, they asked me to come in. Well, it doesn't matter if they asked you to come in, because you should know better. You should be able to look at yourself in a more objective way. Do you know what I mean? If they asked you to jump off a cliff, would you do that? And I'd be like, well, I don't know, they are the BBC. It's like, well, you know. That's a good point, actually. We're being told that we're not allowed to announce on any sort of social media or recorded medium like a podcast who got through until they put it out on the radio. Because what they've got to do is they've got to edit out all the shit. So don't just assume that I've bombed. Don't just assume it's gone shit if I don't like later on tonight or tomorrow morning. I'm not like on Facebook like, oh yeah, like I got through, or even we're probably not even allowed to say if I didn't get through, because that's like, oh, you know what I mean? It's if someone's like eagle eye trying to fucking do detective work on the first heat of the BBC New Comedy Award, like some sort of like, do you know what I mean? Some like Sherlock Holmes like looking guy, probably a guy, deerstalker cap, stupid thing, but in the basement of his parents' house. Do you know what I mean? He's the kind of person that would watch like all of Joe Rogan's stand-up on YouTube and just comment like, I've just never found his stand-up funny. So why are you fucking here? I like his podcast, but I've just never found his stand-up funny. Do you know he sells out Like arena tours. Yeah, but like, what, are you saying that every single 20,000 group of people who go and watch them are wrong? He said himself that something like when you watch a comedy special, like it's so hard to get the feel of the live comedy experience onto like a Netflix special, and then you watch these specials and a lot of times like it's just not that good. It's not like it's rare that you watch a special that you're like, fucking, that is unbelievable. And it's just because of the live. Kind of like one of my favorite comedians is Joey Diaz. I like his audio albums. You can listen to him on Spotify. That's why I listen to him. And his podcast is unbelievable. It's one of the reasons why I started doing stand-up comedy in the first place. But both the degenerates that they put out, I didn't think it was that great. But then if I was at the fucking Comedy Store, if I went to one of his tour shows, or if he ever got allowed to have a passport again and was brought back over here, I'd go and watch it, and I imagine it would just be unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. So I feel like all you fucking Joe Rogan stand-up haters, don't know why I'm defending him so much. I don't know him. This podcast is brought to you by the Joe Rogan Experience. They don't give me any money. I'm expecting a kettlebell through the post. That'd be annoying as fuck because I'd have to feel bad for the postman. He's like, why is my bag so heavy? Oh, Joe Rogan's sponsoring podcast by sending out kettlebells. Cheers, mate. Oh, this one's shaped like a monkey. Brilliant, thanks for that. Oh, look, this one's a Captain America shield, because that's fucking cool, isn't it? Fuck you, Joe Rogan. Have better stand-up. No, your stand-up's fine. That's what I'm trying to defending you. I like that bit where he stands on a chair and pretends to be the devil, pretends the Kardashians are devils. That's a good bit. You can't fucking deny that, you hater. You can't. What the fuck was I going on about? Yeah, so don't just assume I've bombed at the fucking Up the Creek Comedy Club just because I haven't posted about it, just because I don't have to fucking put my whole life out on social media, just because I don't record every Monday all the shit that's happened to me. Do you know what I mean? Fucking sitting down. What have you done today? Probably nothing. Probably gone to work. Maybe you even didn't go to work because you had a cold. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's got a cold. I had a cold for 7 years. Just had a cold for 7 years. Smoked a lot of cigarettes. I've since quitting drinking. By the way, this is the Alkaline Podcast. My name is Riggs. This is episode 5, which means I am over the fucking hump, mate. I am one. Let's look at my little fucking sketch. Sober time. This app. It's not a fucking app. This podcast is brought to you not by the Joe Rogan Experience, but by motherfucking Sober Time. And I'm at 1 month, 2 days, 16 hours, 25 minutes and 5 seconds. And it's about the seconds that count. It's the seconds. The seconds are the most important bit. They're the ones that are constantly ticking round. 1 second, you're sober. The next second, you could be off your nut on heroin. You don't know. Happens to everyone. It gets into your bloodstream. It only takes seconds. The seconds are what you want to count. Same way as rich people count pennies, sober people count the fucking seconds. Yeah. This is the podcast where I try and get rich and try drying. This is a podcast where I get rich and try drying. Because normally I like to be rich and wet. Being wet is how I became rich. Look how wet that dude is. Give him some money. Give that dude some money! It's wet. Has he been in the sea? No, he just secretes water from every single pore. Sometimes when there's an empty swimming pool, they just put me in the middle of it. 5 minutes later, full pool, and I've drowned. Now I'm just really thin. Just really like, you can't see me anymore. I'm like a pole. I was like, who's put that pole, a peach-coloured pole in the swimming pool there? I don't know, that's just a guy. Here's a guy brought in all the water and he's just sweated it out and now he's swimming the swimming pool. When the end of the day, he'll just absorb that water again and sort of waddle out the door. peach. He's peach coloured, even though people always say peach, don't they? Peach is a sort of orange. I'm not orange, dude. There's a couple of orange people, Trump, and that fucking David Dickinson. He started it. Everyone always hates on Trump for being orange. Do you know where is your hate for fucking cheapest chips, David? David O'Doherty? No. David Blaine? No. David Beckham? David Dickinson. Yeah, I said it like 2 minutes ago. David Dickinson. He's the first orange guy, apart from William of Orange, who caused all the trouble in Ireland, which is what I'm led to believe. Do you know what I mean? He was like, I'm from Holland, which is renowned for being orange. Why aren't more places orange? He's like the fucking original Keenan and Kel. Going over to Ireland, splitting it in half, going, look, it all should be orange. Republic of Ireland are like, that's green as shit, mate. They're fucking green. Do you know what I mean? We can't spell air, A-I-R, can't spell that, but we're green, mate. Green for G for green in Gaelic. And it's like orange for fucking ostrich. So why are you bringing ostrich? I don't even know what an ostrich is. This is a fucking Middle Ages, mate. I've not seen any large flightless birds. Do you know what I mean? Apart from at fucking O'Neill's on a Friday night. That's a pub in Dublin. And also all around the world. They probably don't even have any O'Neill's in Ireland, do they? Tweet me. I mean, not on Twitter, just like a bird. Just like tweeting like a bird. I can't swear tonight. Do you know what? I don't swear on stage anyway. Really? Apart from when you came and I called you a fucking twat. Yeah, you. Called you a twat for standing up in the middle of the performance and juggling. Why did you come and juggle at my gig? Ruin the whole fringe for me, you twat. Anyway, get all that out. I'm hoping it's dark. I've been to up the creek a couple of times. Went there. They do this thing, a gong show. If you're not a comedian, gong show is different to a gong shower. A gong show is where they do different. There's different formats. Like the beast gong show is at the Comedy Store. I did better at the Comedy Store. Comedy Store's amazing. What's that? 250, 300 people in there. They want you to die. They're like, if that fucking dude dies, how good would that be? Great. J.R. Christmas was the host. If you want to watch a good King Gong video, look at Russell Hicks. If you don't know who Russell Hicks is, he's sort of a comedian who he just improvises as he goes. It's all crowd work, and then he does like bits based on that. But he's not like, hey, give me a suggestion, give me a fruit. They're like, lemon. Like, give me like a situation. And he's like, like the abattoir. And he's like, a lemon went to the abattoir. And it's like, it's not like that. It's just like, look how much of a knob you look. And then tells them all about how much of a knob they are, but not in an aggressive way. But anyway, Russell Hicks. I think it's called like Russell Hicks versus hecklers or Russell Hicks heckle. Just write Russell Hicks Comedy Store. That'll come up. It's got fucking millions of views, man. I supported him in Hastings in somewhere called the Electric Palace. It's fucking great. One in the Eye Comedy, if you want to check out comedy in Hastings. As well, good. I wasn't that great. Kept getting blinded by like a giant. They call them like runway lights. Do you know them big fucking ones that sit on the floor and they've got like a base so bright. I felt like I was ascending to heaven. But actually, it's kind of bombing. Quite an older crowd. Didn't really relate to my stories of taking mushrooms at Revenge nightclub. Which is a later bit that I didn't even do there. But anyway, Russell Hicks came on, fucking smashed it. Just went on for ages, which sounds like I didn't like it, but it was just good. No, I didn't want it to end. He didn't say that it went that well, but I liked it. I'd never seen anything like it. And it was the first time I'd seen him. So it was cool. But at the Blackout, what they do at the Blackout Gong Show is they give you like 2 minutes grace sort of time where they can't going up. They give up cards to the audience. 3 cards go up. They've got this thing behind you, which like card goes up. they do like a traffic light system. So like a light will go on and then you keep going 3 fucking cards, 3 lights. All the power goes out. You've got to fuck off. But if you get to the end about the 3 lights, after 2 minutes, they can start raising their cards. But which means they've got 2 minutes to fucking build up all their hatred towards you. The first time I did it, I was maybe done comedy for about 3-4 months. And maybe did comedy for about 3 or 4 months. And we fucking... Yeah. I didn't know what to do, so we got this Facebook group called the Brighton Comedy Folk. It's quite a twee name for a bunch of twats. But I know you know what I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about, mate. I've seen you on there. I'm talking about all of you. No, I'm not really. I love almost everyone on there. Not everyone, though. I wonder if you can work out who's who. Not that you give a shit. I'm mainly talking to the ones I actually love because they're, you know, you've got to treat them mean, but keep them keen. You know what I mean? Keep them coming around. Not that no one comes around. I had a birthday party once that no one came to. I heard on a podcast earlier on today that what you should do is when you get them Facebook groups, Facebook people, they're like, oh, it's this person's birthday, and I used to say happy birthday to strangers online, but I don't. I'm just like, if it's someone who I know, and I just send them a text or phone them and be like, happy birthday. But I think it was Ari Shafir, what he was saying was you should, if someone's birthday comes up and you don't know who they are, delete them off Facebook, and that's a good way of doing a Facebook call. And I got 2 today, and I was like, I don't ever talk to them. But what if they could potentially like one of my posts somewhere down the line, and that's the one that tips me over the edge? So ridiculous. I want people to see when I'm doing a gig in fucking Rochester. Yeah, but that dude lives in Leeds. It doesn't matter. I want him to be like, oh, he's doing well. Ridiculous. But anyway, yeah. So I didn't know what to do. So I said on the comedy phone, and then Ben Carter, who, musical comedy guy, fucking dresses as a camel. You might have seen him. Does Got Ham. It's at the Caxton Arms every last Friday of the month, possibly. Second to last Friday. Look it up anyway. It's a great fucking night. Done it a bunch of times. Did my first impromptu headline set. Bombed my tits off. Doesn't matter. It's all about what you say to people afterwards. Anyway, he was like, oh, just go and do new material. I think he might have been joking. I didn't know. I didn't really know him. I looked up to him. Don't anymore, Ben. I don't fucking anymore. Went there, new material, got slaughtered. They give me a bit of extra time. I think I got gonged off at the bit. I was saying I was my brother's best man at his wedding with a Beatles haircut. Did I talk about that last time? Yeah, I did. Yeah, so I was my brother's best man, and I was doing, and he was talking to me about what he was going to do for his wedding, and he was talking about his first dance, and he wanted "No Woman, No Cry" by Bob Marley. No Woman, No Cry. As his first dance at his wedding. And I was like, have you ever listened to that song or read any of the lyrics or just the title? And he was like, oh, I don't know what you mean. That's called No Woman, No Cry. It's not called just got married, have a happy life with my new wife. It's called fuck that wife. And you won't ever cry again. You won't ever feel sad. You'll never feel a bad emotion if you just fucking jilt her. I was like, you trying to do a jilting? Imagine if she has to do that dance on her own to No Woman, No Cry because you fucking jumped out of a bathroom window. And he was like, oh yeah. Sorry, I've got an image now of just a woman in a dress, just, no woman, no cry. Said I remember when we used to sit in the government yard in Trenchtown. Is there only a live version of that song? You can almost smell the fucking campfires and the weed and the drum circles. Imagine if you went to watch Bob Marley and some dude bought a fucking conga. Not a line of people, but a drum. Imagine if someone brought a Congo along to be like, "You're not in the band! Get out of the band." Somebody saw Jamiroquai. They're the percussionist. My friend Paul Charlton had a percussionist. Apparently he was the best person in the band. I'm sure you wanted to know that. Sure you fucking did. So he fucking died on my note. But the song he actually ended up having was Hey There Delilah, What's It Like in New York City? Who released that as a single. But they're actually a fucking emo band. So the Plain White Tees, worst band name ever. Pretty fitting because they're a gash band. But they released that song. Hey there, Delilah, what's it like in New York City? I'm about to look at the state of my face and my band, it is so shitty, don't you know? It's like, all right, mate. Your song's shit. But anyway, that's what he actually had for his dad. Great rhythm on that song. Good dance number. Hey there, Delilah, what's it like in New York City? My brother's not going to listen to this anyway because he asked me the other day. He asked me the other day in a message. I've just heard about this band. How do I find out anything else about them? And I was like, I thought it was a joke. Now I thought he was saying, because I said on the podcast a couple of episodes ago about my old band that we had an album and one EP out on Spotify, and I thought he was being all coy, like, "Oh, I've heard about this band who have got this EP. How do I find out more about them?" Like he was saying that he'd listened to it. That he said he was listening to it, and it was being like, and I was gonna. So I put one of them on Facebook Messenger, one of them laughing emojis, like, ha, 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 ha. Do you know what I mean? Like trying to be in with a joke, and he was like, "Why are you laughing?" I was like, "You just asked me how to find out about something that you know about. No, not that you've asked me to find out about something." He's like, "Yeah. Have you tried Googling them? Have you turned the band off and on again? Have you just tried Googling them?" No. Do that. What? How did you find out about the EP? Well, I heard it on Spotify. Okay, well, what you do, look at your phone, scroll down a bit to where the rest of their songs are. Okay. But what I'm saying is there's no way he's going to be able to listen to this. Because, shit, unless you do. If you do, I'm sorry. I am sorry. I'm just excited. I'm excited to go to a real comedy club. That's what I want to feel like, you know. I want to feel like, dude, so I've done the Blackout twice. I did shit both fucking times. The second time, I was in this competition last year called So You Think You're Funny? ? It's not so, comma. You think you're funny? It's So You Think You're Funny? Both kind of did the same inflections there. Sorry. So I did that. And I got to the semi-finals, which was at the Edinburgh Fringe. And I was just like, the Blackout was the first gig I had booked after I came back from Edinburgh. I didn't do a show, just went up there for a long weekend. And I was like, I'll just go along to the Blackout. I'll do my competition set for one last time, go out on a bang, get through the Blackout for the first time, maybe even win that bottle of fucking Carver that they give out to people, and then fucking all jobs are good and go home, write a whole fucking new set, never do that material again. I'm opening with a bit of it tonight. It was a year ago. But got there, did even worse than when I was doing new material. What the fuck, mate? Even worse. Someone put their card up before the end of the 2 minutes. Tell you what I'll do, right? If I get some more listeners, I've got all of the sets I've ever done recorded. I almost lost them once because I tried to delete them off my laptop and then they just disappeared off Dropbox. I was like, no! My first ever gig. One day, when I've done 1,000 gigs and no one still knows who the fuck I am, there's a guy out there who want to listen to it. Jimmy! I know you're listening because you keep telling me about my podcast. Thanks for listening. Keep listening. And one day you'll hear my first ever gig. It was shit. The first one was all right. It was about strap-ons. The second one I did was for some reason I tried to make up a story. Don't do that. Unless you're a character or like someone who's good, don't just start making up things that do that, especially about sex. I tried to convince everyone that my grandparents taught me the birds and the bees. Why? No one taught me the birds and the bees. And I had children at 22. I'm not saying they're related. My children are related. I'm just saying. Tell you what, you draw the lines wherever you want with your fucking string and post-it notes. Trying to find out who knows what about which birds and what bees. Do you know what I'm saying? I didn't get told the bird and the bees. I got 2 kids by the time I was 23. I'm not saying they're related. They are related. They're brother and sister, 1 year and 3 days apart. What the funk, mate? What was I going on about? Again. Yeah, I'm excited. I don't know if you can tell. But I just want to go there. I know there's going to be fucking some great people on the lineup. Who cares? Like, I can always put on, right, from now, when you send out this comedy CV to try and get gigs, I'm going to put fucking things like, as heard on BBC Radio 4 Extra. I can put, like, BBC Comedy Award nominee, 2019. But, so I'm sort of like, I just want to go and have a good set up the creek where people can't tell me to fuck off. Because even if they do, I don't have to. I can stay there. I can be like, no! I'm not going anywhere. I earned my place on this stage. Do you know what I mean? You stupid crowd. That's what I'll be like. Just radio friendly. You bloody idiots. I'll be like that. So bloody hell. Can you even say that on the radio? I don't know. Who owns it? God? I don't know. God. Rupert Murdoch. He's Sky. Who's BBC? Savile? Savile? Oh, God, don't start fucking getting the word Savile stuck in my head. No one's going to want to hear that. I think Simone is on today. That'd be fucking great. Awesome. Just want to have a good set. The thing is, you kind of want to be like, BBC Comedy Award nominee sounds good, because no one knows what it is. Most layman's, talking about you that sat next to that expert over there, you're a fucking layman. Do you know what I mean? Put down your chisels, mate. Put down your chisels and your trowel. Drop your trowel. Drop your trousers. Trousers. And listen, BBC Comedy Award, a nominee, right? Sounds better. Or that, or finalist or winner. You want to be nominee, finalist or winner. What if you get through and then you get to the semis and don't get further? I feel like BBC Comedy Award nominee sounds better than BBC Comedy Award semi-finalist. She's like, he didn't get there. But he's nominated for an award that I don't even know is a competition. He's got nominated. It's like being nominated for an Oscar. There's no Oscar semi-finalists. So I've been nominated. You're like, oh, he's nominated. That's fucking great. Oh, he's won it. Fucking great. Semi-finalist. Oh, he didn't quite get there, did he? So I don't know if it's better to go out now. Maybe at the end I should just go, if it's not gone well, or if it's gone, or if it goes, do you know what I mean? If it goes really well, at the end I could just be like, fuck! Fuck! Oh, we're sorry, we couldn't put him through. It's just a nominee. Great set, though. It's going out on the radio, dudes. As soon as it comes out, I'll fucking let you know. You can listen. You can let you know. Fucking 30. I'm going to go in a sec because I want to get ready. It's going to be a short one. Only half an hour, but I don't. It's Monday. I said I'm going to fucking do them. I don't want to do them. I want to fucking do them. So thanks for listening. A couple of people have been fucking sound. Being like, oh, I like what you're doing. So like Tandy, fucking great, nice one. Jimmy, fucking great. Also thanks Steve fucking Barron for fucking editing this shit. I'm just being there, mate. Nice. Anyone else? Sorry for who I've hurt along the way. Anyone else is listening? Mama, mommy, you there? Maybe. Yeah. So, I'm gonna just what I'm gonna do is because what people normally do, I'll drop a few little. Some of my mates are doing podcasts. My friend Jen lives in London now. She is always putting shit out. There's a guy called Sam Rhodes, Segment Entertainment. That's a fucking great podcast. Listen to that. Pop Collaborate and Listen. That's a like in local Dave Fensom, his fucking podcast where he goes through all of the number one albums of the 1990s. He's done season 1, 1990, and then he's going to go into 1991 next. And then Crash Bang Wallop, which is Phil Jarrett and Phil Kay, two much better comedians than I. They do What About Disasters? It's fucking great. So check those out. Coming up, I've got a couple of dates of stuff that you should come to. I'm not going to give you the new material shit because no one's going to want to see that. Not even the other comics. Not even me sometimes. But let's see. If you're fucking London way bound, Strange Brew on Wednesday, I'm going up there. That is a new material thing. So, but it's just because it's out of town. I thought you might be from fucking London. I don't know who's listening. Do you know what I mean? Canary Comedy's a new night starting in Brighton at Carolina, Brunswick. It's set up by Billiam Stone. Billiam Stone, who actually got to the final of the BBC thing last year, so big shoes to fill. I'm not saying he's got clown feet. Am I? I don't know. We're all clowns a bit. Oh, I don't want. Shut up. Shut up! Talking to me, not you. You might not even be talking. Telling me to right. Canary's Comedy. Check that out. I don't even know. Right. It's at Carolina, Brunswick. Just fucking look it up on Facebook. You might have to pay to get in. You might not. But we're going to be fucking slamming some good shit there. It's probably got a great lineup. I haven't looked. Going down to the fucking Poets in Hove. That's real shit, man. I think it's like £8. That's like Mune, who got to the semi-finals of the BBC Comedy Award probably about 13 years ago now. I think 2013, 14, 16. 16, I think. 2016. Comedy at the Poets is going to be fucking great, though. Vlad Illich is fucking legend. I feel like he's in the Heat 3. He's in the Leicester Heat of this fucking thing. But he deserves to get through. He's fucking quality. I've tried to book him on my night a couple of times, but it's always fallen through. But he's fucking great. Rebecca Turner's there and a couple more people. Fucking awesome. So come down to the Poets. It's on Friday. Sunday, we're at the Dolphin in Portsmouth. There's new material going to Worthing on the 2nd of July. If you're listening from Worthing, 2nd of July, Charles Dickens pub. Going there. I've got the Verdict Comedy Club coming up on the 11th of July. So £3 to get in. We fucking sold out last month. No, if you came from listening to this, then you're a legend. Come again. We've got Josh Dillon, who lives in Shoreham. He's fucking like proper pro club comics coming down to. He's a deadpan guy. Used to be a prison officer. So yeah, it's fucking great stories, man, and it's a really good sort of deadpan sort of good comic, man. So who else we got on? Got fucking loads of people on. We've got Catherine Atkinson, which is fucking Funny Woman Awards finalist. Ali Hendry's doing the new act spot. Who else we got going on here? We've got motherfucking Jem Braithwaite. One of the fucking he's sort of like a character, but sort of fucking oddball, but he's hilarious. One of the best actually. Fran Kissling, who's won some stuff in Bath. I think Bath was a runner-up or winner of Bath Comedy Award. She's Swiss, and she sort of does like a Swiss character, but she's fucking great, really funny. Dinesh Nathan is going to open the show, man. He is the newly crowned South Coast Comedian of the Year, 2019. It happened last week, dude. No, was it last week or was it is it last week or 2 weeks ago? I think 2 weeks ago, because now it's Monday. Yeah, because I was at the Verdict. I remember we were sitting with Sam Savage and Ben Carter and fucking James McDonald right after we'd sold out the Verdict. We're all fucking in the bar afterwards, and that's when we found out 2 Thursdays ago. Fucking absolute legend. We were all just like, yes! Love it when people we know do well. But he's going to open the show. He's fucking award-winning, mate. I was in the first heat. Came 5th behind some old ladies. Not saying old ladies aren't funny. Shah Wiley, she's a Brighton comedian. She's 75 and she's one of the funniest acts on the fucking local circuit. It's unbelievable. I'm going to book her in for one of the Verdict nights very soon. So if you are a listener to this and fucking love stand-up, man, just come down because I'm picking the best. I'm only picking the best for you fucking cunts. Sorry, just trying to get the swearing out like I've already said. Dudes, I'm going to have to call it because I want to fucking do my Pilates and do you know what I mean? Just get like fucking center myself, get my fucking, what's it called there? What's that called? Macaw. What do I want to do to Macaw? I want to center Macaw. What do you do when you do fucking pilates? Pilates. Center Macaw. I want to engage Macaw. Sounds like a person. Engage Macaw. It's Mr. Macaw to you. Engage Macaw. I want to engage Macaw. Sounds like a parrot. Macaw, engage Macaw. My grandma used to have Macaw parrots. She used to come and stay at the house. Not getting into that now. When I say come and stay at the house, I don't mean show up with fucking suitcases and a little fucking hat. Like, come on in. Do you know what I mean? Like, fucking, I know parrots can talk. They probably could do that. I mean, they used to be their neighbours, but they used to fucking roam free. And you used to just come back and they'd be in the trees. Blue and yellow. Fucking parrots, mate. Why don't they fly off? I don't know, mate. They've already paid in advance, haven't they? Anyway, it's been the Alkaline podcast, man. The podcast where we try and fucking get clean or die trying, or dry tying, or try dying. No, what? Shut up. Anyway, my name's Riggs, man. Peace.